What's up, everybody? Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome this afternoon, this Sunday afternoon, to a new video on the markets. I wanted to do a full update, talking a little bit about the upcoming week, but also talking about the markets today, what to expect, what are the possibilities, and some interesting altcoin opportunities as well. But we'll talk about it a lot, all right? We'll talk about XRP as well. We'll talk about Ethereum real quick, which I wanted to do because Ethereum this morning looks very interesting, but in general, I'll try to make this video as valuable for all of you as possible. So let's get right into it because I don't want to waste your time. Now, talking about the fundamentals, I made a video this morning talking about the major news events of next week. Very broadly speaking, when we're looking at economic data, we have quite a lot, but I think the most important, we have basically every day we have something. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Most important data is on Thursday and Friday, so just know that. I will keep you updated on that, of course. But that is what is coming, and just in general, I mean, the fundamentals and especially the stock market opening will be incredibly important again today. As you can see right here, Friday, we ended fairly well with the S&P 500 with stocks. These are the futures, so these will open first today. Look, the main thing we want to see, if we look at the S&P 500, is that we'll be able to break above 569. All right, and if we're able to do that, then I think a bullish breakout for Bitcoin is also a possibility. Now, I still think at this point of time that a bearish breakdown, or at least a pullback, is more likely. That's what I said this morning as well, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But the only way in which we could actually get a bullish breakout, or the only way that there would be enough strength or at least appetite to buy into Bitcoin at those levels is, I think, if we have a very strong stock market opening. I don't really see any indication why we would have that, so that's also why I'm not buying Bitcoin right now, but I'm not trading Bitcoin at all, so I'm fairly position neutral at least. But that is definitely something to watch, definitely something to keep your eyes on. I'll keep you updated on that tomorrow morning as well, how it went and what's going on. But definitely keep an eye on that. Now, like I said, for Bitcoin, what I said this morning is that I thought it was most likely that short term we could still see some bullish momentum right here, because this morning we already saw quite a lot of leverage coming in. Same thing for XRP, same thing for Ethereum, same thing for Solana, the big four. But I think ultimately, and you can see that right here as well, I mean, you have these thick white candles. That means a lot of leverage is coming in on a Sunday, while the volume for Bitcoin is very, very low. The volume has increased a bit, has increased by 2 billion or something. No, by 1 billion. So volume is increasing, but it's not enough to for me to say that it's most likely that this is a real move. Like I said, if stock markets actually are able to recover higher, then we can actually do something like this. So is it a possibility? For sure. However, given the leverage right now and how that usually goes when it happens on a Sunday, in combination with how the stocks are still right now, which is that they haven't gotten the reclaim yet, I'd say it's most likely that we'll still pull back, and that those longs, leverage longs, will get hunted, and that we will remain stable in general. But that's a pullback short term is more likely, all right, or at least the best to prepare for. So those are still my thoughts on Bitcoin, and given the correlation that XRP still has to Bitcoin, that is also still what I expect from XRP. Like I said, same thing. There's some leverage coming in right here, as you can see, but I very much doubt that that's enough to break above this level right here between 2.41 and 2.45. We also haven't broken above that yet so far. So XRP, same thing. Pullback into 2.3, maybe 2.2 if we get very bearish stocks for some reason. But same thing. And then Ethereum is looking a little bit more interesting. At least this morning it was. You can see right now what's... all right, well, one of my key levels got deleted, I think. I'm not sure where it went, but no, I mean, Ethereum still has a bit of a buffer, all right, because Ethereum actually has been able to break above this level right here and has been able to hold it. So even though for Ethereum I expect a pullback as well, I think there's a pretty good chance that we'll see 1 or 2 days of Ethereum rallying next week when Bitcoin is flat or maybe slightly bearish even. So definitely Ethereum, like, look, I don't always want you to keep an eye on Ethereum. Very often it's just depressing. But right now, I do think Ethereum has a chance to actually do a bit better. And then I'll try to figure out what happened to my chart, because this is not how I left it, but all right. Now, talking about altcoins, I wanted to talk about one thing briefly. There's quite a lot going on right now, as you can see. Wormhole is very strong. DF is strong. But one of the most interesting narratives at this point of time, I think, is meme coins. All right, Bonk has been incredibly strong over the course of today. It's been one of the strongest meme coins. But in general, quite a few meme coins are doing well. So Peanuts, the squirrel, did quite well this morning. Went up like 30%, I think, at the top. In general, I also still do think that Bonk and Pepe can rally up higher. Dogecoin, different story, unfortunately. But meme coins as a narrative, meme coins as a category, as you can see right here, are trying to reverse. So look, Bonk is already very close to key resistance levels. I think Pepe, especially if Ethereum is strong, can actually still rally up higher. Is also trying to get a bullish reversal here. But also some other coins such as SPX, which I've talked about before, are still looking pretty good and have some lower time frame, albeit, but low time frame uptrends going on. All right, so that's the main narrative I think you need to focus on outside of, you know, the big coins, and some coins here and there. Like I said, Wormhole has been quite strong as well, and I think that still has a chance to get a good bounce here from 10 cents and rally up higher. So there's definitely opportunities, but talking about the main narrative, keep an eye on meme coins. All right, but that's it for now. That's what I wanted to tell you this Sunday. So if you do have any questions, anything, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.